Last weekend, I was in attendance at the UK Monster Truck Nationals event held at Santa Pod Raceway, and while I was there, I picked up some Monster Truck toys, so without further ado, let's take a look. Straight out of the gates, I had no idea there were going to be Monster Jam toys there, and little did I know, there were also a couple of Series 24 stuff, some stuff that isn't even in the shops in the UK yet, which is astounding, and I absolutely love it. So I have these two to review, very excited, picked them up as soon as I saw them. We also have 3 2-packs, we've got Bulldozer and Racing Stripes there, which is a cool little 2-pack, I'll talk more about that in just a bit. We've got this sort of black and white set, it's Max Contrast Dragon and Yeti. A nice little set there, got some interesting features in it as well. We're going to take a look at that one first, but before that we'll just take a very brief look at this set. It's Northern Nightmare and the Green Ghost Gravedigger with, as I'm noticing as I'm recording this, some older style tyres on them. That's interesting. But yeah, we've got the Bad to the Bone printing on the top. We'll take a full look at these in a moment, but starting out, let's take a look at these 2 black and white trucks, the Max Contrast Dragon and first up, the Yeti. Yeti is an interesting looking truck. It's obviously a custom design, not a real truck that competes, but it has some nice details in it, including this sort of frosted front windscreen, a frosted white, something we don't see very often in monster truck toys. Very strange indeed. On both sides you can see the Beware Yeti seen in area sign, very nice indeed, and some lovely shading and different uses of paints all over this truck with the sort of faded grey going on the fur. We also have obviously the white tyres with black inners, and then we have a white chassis with black frame on that one, same as on our Max Contrast Dragon. They've made those two match. Weirdly, this is yet another Dragon I'm opening before I've opened the real Dragon, sort of in its true paint scheme. I've yet to open and review that one or play with it or do anything with it yet. It's just an odd circumstance, really. I really like the Max Contrast trucks. They look really cool. It's like if you were giving them to a child to paint, then this is like a blank canvas, if you will. But anyway, here they are side by side, Max Contrast Dragon and Gravedigger. A nice little set to start us off, and we move straight into Bulldozer and Racing Stripes. Now, once again, we have a custom truck in this pairing in Racing Stripes. It's not a real truck, it's never competed or anything like that, but it's still a very cool design. I'm a big fan of this horse chassis, or horse body even, that we're going to get to see with horsepower in a few weeks, months, who knows? Who knows when I'm going to find that horsepower truck? I don't know. I've been looking everywhere for it. In the meantime, we have this zebra-themed truck, which is very cool. I like it. Racing Stripes, a nice little play on words there with the zebra theming. Got the very nice sculpting on that sort of zebra Mohican, and BKT printing on the tyres. It really makes the truck pop. I love it when they do it. I especially love it when they do beadlocks as well. We'll get onto that in just a little bit because, oh, there's a truck coming that has it all. I love it. So this is a really good looking truck. I'm a big fan of this. Moving on though, we have Bulldozer, which is the predecessor to El Toro Loco, or so I'm led to believe. We can see some really nice paint detailing on the bodywork here. A sort of hair marks, I want to say, little lines with a darker colour on top of that yellow. It makes it look really quite nice, except on the back there where it does look like a butt. It kind of looks like a hairy butt, I'm afraid. I did want to just compare it quickly with another truck that I have, which is the original Hot Wheels Bulldozer. Or I say original, I don't know if it's original. It's one of the first trucks that I ever owned anyway. But this one, it's not as well painted, but it does have the Bulldozer logo on the back, which the new SpinMaster one is missing. But overall, I think I prefer the paint apps on the SpinMaster truck. It just looks a lot nicer. There's plenty more to look at. So there's a little comparison there for you. Who knows, maybe one day it'll mean something. Lastly, we have Northern Nightmare and the Green Ghost Gravedigger. Both of these trucks are interesting because they both feature old style wheels. So the tyres are the old style, they're not BKTs, but they have the newer chassis shape. They both also have a see-through body under there, a sort of base level. It's green on both of them, which is strange for Northern Nightmare to have a sort of translucent green in the middle of it. It's a very strange choice. Luckily for me, I have a different Northern Nightmare that I will probably use more than this one. But I really wanted this 2-pack to get hold of that Green Ghost Gravedigger. I will just comment on Northern Nightmare's chassis or bodywork even, because it's so very cleanly painted. It's such a nice design. I really like it. It's such a shame that Northern Nightmare isn't on the scene anymore, because it's just cool. It's just cool, and I really like it. It's a nice design. But yeah, moving on to the thing that I went after in the shop. Green Ghost Gravedigger. Now on this one, I understand the translucent green on the middle section of this truck. It sort of works with the design. It's a green ghost driving the truck, right? That's the idea. I just don't understand it on that Northern Nightmare. Maybe they just wanted to make use of the same stuff, so used it twice, I don't know. But anyway, this is a really cool looking truck. The paintwork is very clean and very spooky indeed. It's got lots of wispy bits all over it, and the top of the truck, which we'll come on to in a moment, is very nicely painted, as you can see. Bad to the bone. Looking very cool. I really like the top of this truck. It really makes this thing pop. I think it's my favourite look for a Gravedigger truck, other than maybe the 40th anniversary one, but again, there's not much going on the 40th one. Maybe it's just because I've seen it live, that's why I like it so much, but hey ho, this is very cool. We move on from Gravedigger to Gravedigger, however. We have Gravedigger the Legend from Series 24, or Mix 24 if you will, and as I said previously, printed BKTs and painted beadlocks are the way to make me a very happy person, because it just makes the truck look so much more professionally done. Obviously, we don't have painted shocks or anything on this. I don't necessarily mind. I may well do this to mine, because I did buy 2 of these. They had 2 in the shop, and so I got both of them. Just because, you know, keep one in the packaging to look nice and smart, and do something with this one maybe. We'll see what happens. This is a very good looking truck. I really, really like it. This is one of the ones I was most excited to find from Mix 24, and to find it at Santa Pod Raceway of all places, just sort of sat on a shelf waiting for somebody to buy it. I was confused and amazed. We will do a little comparison to the Gravedigger grain truck from Mix 22 that we got earlier in the year. It's a bit taller, this one. It's very strange that these two are quite so different. I think it's down to the sort of base chassis. Obviously, grain truck is on an older style chassis because it's an older truck. But the painting is different as well on these. I hadn't quite realised the difference between the paint schemes. But yeah, the stripes and everything don't quite match each other, which is a strange little detail to notice when you see these two next to each other. But I really, really like this truck. I cannot stress that enough. And at long last, I finally have a dragon in my collection, a main dragon, a proper dragon, as it's meant to be painted. This is the Mix 24 dragon with the green and orange base section with the chassis and everything, yellow wheel centres. No printing on the BKT tyres, which is a shame, but I'm just glad to get myself a dragon at long last. There are other dragons coming out later in the year. I have a video planned where I go through some of the stuff that's coming up later this year in other mixes, so we will go through that very shortly. But yeah, this is a good looking truck. I really like it. You can read dragon on it, which was an issue I had with the Gears and Galaxies dragon. And actually on the max contrast, I didn't think to have a look, but I'm not sure it's overly well readable either. This is definitely how dragon's meant to be, with Coty Saucier at the helm. I really like this dragon truck. So 8 new trucks added to the collection. There's some real good ones in this pack as well. I'm really glad to have got those 2 Series 24 trucks this early in the UK. That's just special. I know there's people in the US who haven't even got these trucks yet, so very excited to have those. And Green Ghost Gravedigger, I think, is the other one that I'm most happy to get, though. Having that Bulldozer in person as well is very, very cool. Well, with all that said and done, that's the end of this video. Look forward to next week's video, though, because I will be taking you through all the action from those UK Monster Truck Nationals. And stay tuned to this video as well, because I've got a sneaky peek coming for you in just a second. Until then, I'll see you later.